What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Vintage Chill and Chat. Another end of the weekend, starting a long week. So triple header tonight, kind of like that NBA and NBC, which is back, by the way, fall 2025. If you haven't heard, I think it's been announced for a while, but maybe I'm late to the party. Anyway, triple header tonight. Myself from 7 to 8, and then you have Alex Bowman 53, Cardroom Live. I believe he's hosting. I don't know if he made a formal announcement, but I assume he is. And so he'll be going on from 8 to 9. And then, of course, for collectors, Theo is going to be doing an interview with Howard, the Collector to Dealer Edition live stream from 9 to 10. Thank you guys so much for joining. As always, it's always a pleasure to kind of do this. Wasn't around last week, just was pretty burnt out, pretty exhausted from last weekend, so decided to take the week off. I know we were supposed to do Cardboard and Cold Ones this past Thursday. Jason had some stuff to do, so we took the Thursday off, but we'll definitely come back this Thursday. We're going to formulate who's going to be our guest, and we'll go from there. But glad to have everybody here. I'm going to check in, do a roll call, and we'll see who's here. Mike, good. What's up, Mike? Good to see you here, buddy. Steve with the PH is here. Everyone's just kind of saying hello to everybody. Pastor Craig is here. Jayhawker is here. Keith is here. Good to see Keith on Saturday at Fishkill. Dave is here. And Ruben Snyder's here. Yo and hello. Oh, wait, that's already trademarked. Yeah. You're catching yourself. You've been watching too many content creators. Let's see who else is here. Scott is here. What's up, Scott? It is Sunday night, man. Beginning of a triple header. JT O'Donnell. Good evening, Sammy, and fellow vintage aficionados. My co-host, Jason, is here. Beat Up Cards. What's up, buddy? Melissa is here. Hey, Melissa. Nice to have you here. Jake is here, or Jacob. Jay is here, Average Vintage Collector. Rob Brown, Bush League Cards. Same old, man. Back on another Sunday. Chris from Missouri, I'm going to get back to you. I know you said no rush, but I will get you Scott's information for your buddy. Or I don't know if he was your buddy or somebody that you knew. Let's see. Another beauty pickup. We're going to go through that. I'll show it again tonight. So thank you. I appreciate it. Brian gave the video a like. Thank you, Brian. I can always count on you for at least one like for this video. Hopefully, I will have 2 likes by the end of this. We will see. Dom, Hobby Hero into house. Dom, you are the true Hobby Hero. I will get you your card this week, my friend. And I will not spoil it because it is a damn good card. And I'm sure Dom will showcase it on his channel. And, okay, Jacob is fine. All right, cool, man. First and foremost, before we get into it, I have my air conditioner running. Is that interfering with the live stream? It's also raining outside, so maybe the drops are kind of interfering. If it's good and it's not messing anybody up volume-wise, then I'll continue with the live stream tonight as is. But if so, then I'll turn it off. So just give me a thumbs up, thumbs down if it's good or not good, and I'll go from there. Take a quick sip of water as I wait. Awesome. I'm hearing all good. So, yeah, starting to get a little warm now. And, just had to get the old air conditioner back into the window. So, all right, cool. Getting a positive overall response. So, yeah, guys, I'm back to setting up again at the Fishkill. I was setting up at the Fishkill show. I decided to – some cards fell. Decided to kind of invest a little bit of money into an inventory, a startup inventory to kind of get things going. And I did a kind of like a little bit of trial run this Saturday at the Fishkill show. Ran into Keith, who was there. And it was a little slow as far as overall traffic, but I kind of was somewhat expecting it just because the day was really nice. A lot of people were probably out. But, I made a few sales, which was great. I sold a few items, but kind of gives me I still have a lot of inventory left to bring potentially. Like, I guess if I don't do a show between now and the Brooklyn show, which is in June, I mean, it's quite a few weeks away, then this should be good. Let me check in. So yeah, Ryan McClanahan mentioned thoughts and prayers for Orlando. He's a good dude. Yeah, man. So good news, if you haven't heard, which I'm sure everybody has, Orlando is his surgery went very well, and he's resting up, recovering, and it sounds like he will be with us at the National. I know it's a slow and steady proceedings to kind of get himself back into tip-top shape. But Orlando is Mr. Positivity, full of a lot of support and full of forward thinking. So absolutely, I feel nothing but positivity for him, and I imagine he's going to come out on top. So while it's it's understanding to concern about his well-being going forward, I have no concern about him recovering because I know he will. And he has the strength to do it. His positivity is going to take him there, and we'll just keep checking in. But it sounds like he's going to get back into the full swing of things. I think sooner rather than later. But that's just me. That's just knowing Orlando for as long as I have in the hobby. So that's just where I kind of stand on it. Let's see. There's some other people that showed up. Lenny's here. Hello, everybody. I'm walking my dog in the rain. Lenny, man. I appreciate the commitment. I appreciate the dedication to watching the show as you walk your dog, man. Just don't stay out there too long, my friend. Let's see. Lou Rock is here. Beautiful people. Good to see you, Lou. Dan is here. What's up, Dan? Steel City DW. Doug from Joe Wood Collector. Good to see you, Doug. I'm probably not going to do Milford, Don. It's a little bit of a trek. A lot of miles being put on the car by doing that. So, probably not anytime soon. I think I'm going to take my time on this one for now. Diamond Gems, dog ate my homework. It's okay. Show up on time next time with a full report on a one-page report on why you should never show up late for content creators live stream. So, Matt is here. Good evening, Sammy and friends. And yeah, man. So we're caught up. But yeah, so like I mentioned, I put some money into some inventory, and I figured I'll show some of you guys what I have. It's a good chunk of stuff. Let me see. We'll start with nice looking 68 Mays. Here's a 1970. Pretty good looking Clemente 60. I was met 62. Here's a 59 Clemente. Uh, 72. Really nice, sharp-looking Clemente. Post-serial Willie Mays. Got this at a flea market. Here's a 74 Nolan Ryan. '64, nice-looking 64 Mays. It's a 59 Mays. Hope you guys don't mind me just going through these. I know, figured we'd just show some cards off. Here's a really nice looking Oliva. This is a 1966 Tony Oliva. This one decided not to focus. I think when I sit back, the camera decides has a better. There we go, I think. There we go. Here's a Louis Tiant. High number, Billy Williams. Second year, Stargell. There's a 73 Nolan Ryan. I see you guys in the chat. I'll answer your questions after I go through this first round. There's a 56 Warren Spahn. This is a whiteback Warren Spahn. This one does not want to focus well. All right. So, and then, yeah, man. So, let me see if I go back in the chat. Jake, thank you, man. Yeah, razor sharp stuff. I try to get the best quality. I always try to aim for centering first, and then condition like the corners after. So, 64. Yeah, the Mays is razor sharp. It's a really good looking one. Steve was saying the 59 is sharp. Beautiful 59. Thank you, guys. Why is the post Mays not in your PC? What is your criteria for collecting certain players? I never really got into the post serial stuff. Just never really kind of struck me. But they're cool cards. I was considering if I don't end up selling it, then I will put it in my binder. That 64 plagues me. I had a perfect one, but I didn't submit it for grading because I thought the shadow on his shirt was a stain. Let me go back to that, actually. I never really took notice. It's so funny. You're so right. It does look like a stain. Like right there. Someone probably told me I had mustard on his shirt, on his jersey. You're right, man. Vintage comfort food. I like that. Yeah, man. Very much. Need the grayback to finish the Spahn tops run. I'm sure, honestly, I mean, those you can, I mean, you know this better than anybody, Matt. They're a dime a dozen. I have your card here, Matt. Do you want me to show it, or do you want me to, because I don't mind waiting till the national, because I'll drop your card off. I'm going to hand your card off there, but if you want me to show it on camera right now, I mean, it's a thing of beauty. But otherwise, I'll keep it here, and if you want to wait, happy to do that. I always liked that 66 number, high-numbered Williams, 70, 72. He was as good as anybody. Yeah, Billy Williams doesn't get enough credit. I mean, baseball-wise, unbelievable talent in the hobby. His cards really just, they don't really get as much attention. I mean, we talk about this all the time, but there's just certain players that just don't get the amount of attention. We need to chat on the post serial. Okay, yeah, text me, man. You know how to read. We have to chat anyway about our next guest. Wishing you nothing but success, Sammy, so you can get some more cards of your players. Yeah, so I'm in line for a couple of cards. Well, one card in particular, which I'll show you. I'll explain to you because it's not no guarantees on it yet. There's a contingency put in place, which I'll share shortly. Matt gave me the okay to show the card. So all right, I'm jumping all over the place. A little bit of a backstory on this one. At the Long Island National, my buddy Mike, who's a dealer, I see him periodically, mostly at the Connecticut shows. He sold Dom, actually. Dom, if you're still here, he sold you your Venezuela stamp, Rod Carew. I think it's a Venezuela stamp from 72. But Mike had the Johnston cookies? Is that what it is? I always confuse the Mother's cookies and it is the Johnston cookies, 1955. He had a Warren Spahn in there, and I know that Matt has been downgrading some of his cards, and this one I don't know if he was downgrading. I think you mentioned to me, Matt, that you were I don't know, you gave it away or you're doing a giveaway or something like that, but I saw this at Mike's table, the 55 Johnston cookies of Warren Spahn, and I texted him immediately and I said, hey, Matt, I don't know what your situation is with the 55 Johnston cookies, but my buddy Mike has this at his table. Are you looking? I mean, I don't know if you're looking for one, but if you are looking for one, it's available, and it looks really good for it too. And Matt was like, yes, buy it. I'll send you money. So, yeah, man, I got the deal done. And This is going to be Matt's card, obviously. It looks really good, man, for a 2. It's like, it's such a cool card. Really, like, just, I mean, the corners are, corners are soft, or a little bit soft, but for what it's worth, man, it's a damn good card. So, let's see. So Matt is mentioning that he gave his copy away to the guy that runs the Spahn Facebook. That's a very generous thing for you to do. So, but karma goes both ways. Positive karma going to somebody else, and you get positive karma from through me finding this card. I swear I feel like I'm finding more Spahn, Aaron, Matthews stuff than I'm finding my own stuff, and I'm always reaching out to Matt. Like, I know Dom and I do the same thing, man. Dom and I are in that oddball Facebook group, and we're finding bazooka Spahns and Aarons, and we're like, all right, we got to tag Matt, and but because we know Matt, Matt's he's focuses exclusively on those guys. So yeah, man, good pickups. Yeah, I'm happy. I was happy to find it, and I'm happy that you reached out. You were around for me to reach out to you, so that was cool. Very nice. Yeah, here's a sick card. Great card. Michael is super easy to do with. Did not see that in the showcase the last time I saw him. I think, it must have been a fairly newer piece. Matt doesn't complete the Spahn cookie run on Twitter. I was oogling over. I still needed some Jackies. I'm keeping an eye for everybody, but I mean, Stevens, your Jackie runs are tough, man, because you got a lot of them. You got a lot of the really good ones. But I know you're looking for the 52 Jackie, I believe, right? That's your next card. You have all the Johnson cookies for my guys now. I'll have all the Johnson cookies. Awesome. Congrats. Big completion there. Yeah, man. It was cool. It was cool to find it. It's always awesome to find cards for other people when you're at shows, when you're not with them, if you can make it happen. And it's always a joy for me. I always try to help when I can. So yeah, man, Matt's big card. That was a nice big one for him. So more of the inventory stuff. Some graded cards that I'm selling. And again, I really try to aim to find some of the really good centering first, and then corners come second. I mean, nothing. And so I'll just show you. Jeremy's here. What's up, Jeremy? What's up, buddy? Good to have you here, man. You take the cards, I'll take the cookies. So here's bought a bunch of 1960 tops. And here's a nice-looking Frank Robinson in a 5. Got an Ernie Banks in a 4. Good centering on these guys. Harmon Killebrew in a 4.5. And a Willie McCovey, the All-Star, in a 5. So these are some of the ones I picked up at the Long Island National. And then the back end of the raw stuff. Here's a Thurman Munson 1970 rookie. Really good looking. This one's kind of stuck to the price tag of this other card. A really nice looking 56 Ernie Banks. Really well centered. And this one's also a white back as well. So beautiful looking Ernie Banks. This one, I know this is going to seem like a high price, but the condition on this is immaculate. And I think I'm probably a little high on this price because I'm looking at the centering now, and it probably doesn't need to go for this much. But it's a beautiful looking Fergie Jenkins. Second year Ferguson Jenkins, really super sharp corners. I had a 65, which I think is probably way too much. But yeah, really, really good looking card. Here's a really nice looking 64 K-line. And just a number of team cards. The Red Sox team card from 56. Chicago Cubs team card from 56. Here's a Don Zimmer, 56. Great shot of him jumping to make a play there. I think this one is, I think it's a white, yeah, it's a white back card. So really cool looking. Second year Killebrew, low grade, but pretty decent. Here's a Tony Oliva, his rookie card. Or if you're a Met fan like me, it's Ed Kranepool. This one's not focusing as well, so I gotta stand back a little bit. Here's a Willie McCovey. I think I had this last time. And finally, here is Pittsburgh Pirates team card, 56. This one is I think it's a white back. So really cool cards. That's pretty much the star power that I have between the graded and the non-graded and the raw stuff. So I'll tell you so I'm moving this card, and I'll tell you why. It's going to come as a shocker probably to some people, but I'm moving this card to make room for another big purchase. But I'm only moving it on a contingency that I'm able to get this other card in the process. So the buddy of mine who has I'll just show the card first that I'm potentially selling. The Hires Root Beer Willie Mays in a 4, no tab, and I'm potentially going to be buying the Mays with the tab, but just kind of it's still potential. It's contingent at this moment, so just kind of waiting in the wind right now to see what happens. I'm not going to go fully into the reasons why, but that is essentially, if it goes through, then this Mays will be on the chopping block for sale. So there you have it. That is probably the big piece that I am going to be moving. Let's have some other stuff here, but there you go. There you have it. Some of the big cards that I'm part of my inventory. Ross Loves Cards is here. What's up, Ross? Good to have you here, man. Let's see. Steven is looking for the 56 Dodgers team card, looking for a really sharp, though. Understandable. Yeah, man. Like I mentioned, I'm a stickler about having mid-grade cards looking absolutely immaculate if I can, because I just know what people like. I feel like because of my limited inventory, I have to try to be very smart with what I'm purchasing for inventory reasons. Mike is saying, I understand the gray and white bags. I'm guessing the white backs. They were also in 50 and 59, but what's the background on them? Just different printers, and which is harder to get? That is a Jason question, since he is all about paper stock. Phil Necro fan, what's up, buddy? Good to have you here. Everyone is scanning the case. Are you talking about this case, my case, or just something else? Oh yeah, there you go. See, I kind of figured that was going to be like what the hell? Why is he trying to sell that one? Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it, man. Iron cards taking a big hit in this economy? Clearly not. Cards are not taking a big hit right now. Shows are slammed, and auction houses are going through the roof. Things are selling like hotcakes, man. Are you trying to figure out what was missing? Okay. I mean, are you talking like just looking at sets in particular? Because I imagine that's probably what you're after. I'm always willing and dealing, man. Yeah, I gotta make moves. I have to think about the next big thing, and I have to be, but I gotta be conscious. Gotta be very conscious of, financially. I gotta be very smart and not spend crazy amounts on stuff when I don't have it. So, but it makes sense. There's no reason for me to keep the non-tab if I get the card with the tab. Hey, what's up, Dylan? Good to have you here, buddy. Pre-order dreams, great pickup, Sammy, super sharp copies. Good luck for the Mays hires with tab. Perfect. Yeah, it would be great, and it's in a PS. It would be in a PSA slab, so that'd be excellent. So I mean, pretty much the deal is in place, but again, it's contingent on something. I don't really want to go into it just because I don't think the seller would want me to kind of go into it more in detail. So just leave it at that. But I'll show you guys. I showed this in my video on Saturday, but I'll show you now again. I decided to pick up the T201 Mecha cigarettes of Christy Mathewson and Bridwell on the back. There you go, so you guys can see. Got Bridwell, and then here you have the statistics on the back. Mathewson had a very nice year, 27 wins and 9 losses in 1910, and actually had 25 hits and 1 stolen base. It's actually not bad. At 107 at bats, 234. I don't know what a good pitcher's batting average was like back then, but that's pretty solid, it seems. So yeah, man. Christy Mathewson. This was in my buddy Mike, the guy who runs Fishkill. This was in his showcase. He was consigning it for his buddy Sunshine. That's his nickname. And Sunshine Mike had this in his case for a while, and I've always would kind of eyeball it at various shows, the Phillies show, the White Plains show, and many shows that like the Fishkill shows. Anytime I would see Mike, I would see this there, and I bought the T205 from him that I have in my display case, and I've always wanted to. I knew I always wanted to add this in, but I know these are they're not scarce. I mean, you can find these relatively easily, but definitely online and such. But yeah, I bought this at the Fishkill show on Saturday for $500, and I thought for the condition, the grade that it's in, I thought it was a worthwhile card to add for that price. And it's a shame, Ty Cobb in this set is on the back where Bridwell is, and Sam Crawford dominates the card. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool. Very innovative for its time to kind of fold the card up the way they did. So awesome stuff. Just kind of catching up again with the chat as I kind of saw it kind of run away a little bit. Mookie is here. What's up, friendos? I missed you in Garfield today. Yeah, man, I saw your text. I appreciate you sending me that Mathewson strip card. I ended up working overtime today, so that was kind of a nice thing. It's more hobby dollars coming into my pocket that way. So looking forward to if it does, we'll see. I'm not gonna hold my breath here, but we'll kind of hope for the best in this case to see if we can make this happen. Oh man, Jake says, "Oh, cool, Mecha double folder is very cool." Yes. Thank you, Ross. Yeah, the Mathewson is pretty cool, man. It just adds to the many Matty pieces that I have now. The registration is awesome. Yeah, that was what kind of struck me. Keith was there. Lonely Basement Baseball Cards was there with me, looking at it, and I asked him. I was like, "What do you think about the registration? What do you think about the overall scope of the card?" And he goes, "It looks really good, man. You should just go ahead and do it." And I said, "You're right. I will do it. I will buy it." So, yeah. Really good quality, good registration, good corners on this side. It's a little soft on the bottom, but that's sort of to be expected. And then a little soft over here, but hey, man. Overall, I'm pleased. Pleased. So, I love the passion when someone collects a player or a set. I'm all over the place. Can't find one thing. That's okay, Mike, because that gives you a lot more. It gives you a lot of flexibility to find a different player, and it kind of gives you Opens up a lot more doors that way. Rob is here. What's up, Rob? Cash Cards. What's up, buddy? Thank you. Yeah, the Matty card's awesome. It adds to the list of many Matty cards that I have now. The Mecha folders are beautiful and great cards. Yes, I will also add that the Mecha folders, if you're dipping your feet into pre-war, it's also a great start. The T206 is obviously kind of like the great, an unbelievable starting point. But if you want something that's like a small set that you want to kind of dive into, and you want to get 2 players on the same card, I mean, that's a great set, and they're not crazy priced. You can get, a star player, like the Mathewson I got was for 500, so you can definitely get some good players for decent prices. So Keith, yes, he can concur. He was there. Thank you, Steven. Appreciate it, man. Dan, I'll take the 56 team card for your ask price if you don't mind setting aside for me campaign. Yeah, no problem. We'll talk after. I think I have your number. If I don't, then I'll get it. We'll get it somehow. So no worries. I'll put it aside for you though. Some players tend to have beautiful cards for more often than not. Mathewson has to rank near the top of that list. It's kind of hard. I mean, there's so many cards. There's so many really great cards out there. I mean, people love Honus Wagner cards. I mean, because he's such a stoic looking. He's so stoic. Him and Plank. I mean, it's hard to really. The T205 Mathewson is going to always be the best looking card of his, just because it's you get his hair kind of going over his forehead and just the smile on his face and. That kind of hits home. But I get what you're saying. There's just some beautiful cards out there. Christie's only threw 310 innings that year. 1 of 11 years over 300 innings pitched. That's wild, man. Can you imagine throwing that amount of innings these days? Yeah, man. Overtime is for real. Overtime is for real, man. I think this past week I did about 18 hours overtime, and then this week I'm probably slated to do over, potentially over 20. So that's going to be a lot. There he is, Mike. Keep up the great channel. Thanks again for the kind words yesterday. Really enjoyed our chat. Yeah, Mike, again, man, thank you. Thank you again for the deal on the Matty. Great piece. Mike, if everybody in the chat lives in the regional area of New York, anywhere from kind of like Kingston-ish area. Even Albany, if you want to make the trip, and all the way down to New York City, kind of in that region. Fishkill is kind of in the middle, and great show if you want to check it out. And generally, what I do whenever I visited the Fishkill show, as somebody just going to check it out, not setting up as a dealer, I would try to make a day out of it. So, like, I would go to Fishkill show. Spend about an hour there. Then I would go to Village Baseball Cards, which is like a half-hour drive. Dugout Dreams, like maybe another 20 minutes on top of that. There's a lot of great stops along the way. So first Saturday every month, Fishkill show. So there you have it. Keith seems like you're everywhere. Keith is everywhere, but he's very quiet about it. He's at the Fishkill show, but he sneaks up on you. All over the place is a good thing, Mike. I'm right there with you. Yeah, Jason collects everything, man. But he specifies a lot on Cardinals stuff, Chicago White Sox stuff, Ray Schalk. He just doesn't know it yet. The Ray Schalk is going to sneak. We're going to find a way for the Crackerjack Ray Schalk to get into his collection. Mathewson and Clemente have 2 of the best picture quality runs in the hobby. I got to look into that now. I'd say Willie Mays, but definitely he never smiles in a lot of his cards. Here he is, man. Reindeer Studios, the party can start now. Yes, everybody's best friend has arrived. Good to have you here, Scott. Let's see. Any good REA auction pickups, everybody? Yeah, I know there's a lot of big stuff in that last auction. So. I imagine there's some big pickups that came from that. Jason and Mike, me too, all over the place. I understand the OT. I had 20 this week. Only worked 4 days the week of Strongsville and still had, wow, crazy, man. It's good money in the pocket, though. I'll tell you that much. Hobby dollars, it'll go a long way. You are correct on the Cracker Jack race shock, Sammy. Yeah, man. Don't tell Dom though. Dom might try to sneak it past you. I know he's also a big race shock guy. There you have it, man. I think I'm caught up on the chat, but yes, I'm trying to think what else in the pipeline is there. There's another card in the mix, but I'm hesitant on buying it because it will really strip me of the hobby dollars. But I guess we'll see. I gotta see how much the overtime will leave me with. But you gotta be smart with your money. You don't want to just throw everything at cards. You gotta put money in. Save some money for for a rainy day fund. You know what I mean? So you gotta be gotta be smart. Can't throw everything at a card, especially. Well, I guess it all depends, right? If it's a really rare card and you don't get to see it that often, you never know. Anyway, 37 minutes in, 55 people in the chat. Thank you guys again so much for joining me tonight. I always look forward to these. It's the most I ever talk is these live streams going on. Usually Cardboard and Cold Ones. Jason does a lot of the interviewing and talking with our guest, as I get to do more of the production end of things and chime in like a color commentator in a sports game. Let's see. I'm always a day late and a dollar short. If it's something good, Sammy, go for it. Yeah, and that's the direction I need to go into. This will make Scott very happy. Jason's saving for his Don Mossy run. I didn't see the puppet. I think it appeared at the Don Mossy puppet appeared at the trade night. I must have missed it. You only need $12 for that. Don't tell Don Mossy that. Don't tell the puppet that. I know how you feel, Sammy. It looks like my next two jockeys could be 5 digits plus. We'll see. And you'll do it with a big smile on your face, Steven. I know that much. Jason, you talk too much. Yeah, it's actually a blessing in disguise, my friend. Take it as a good thing. Big dollars, Scott. Yes. And he did appear at trade night. He appeared with Steve from Vintage on Vintage. I don't know if he's here, but he appeared with Steve. Don Mossy Puppet is a crusty little fellow. Yeah, for real. No joke. Cool, guys. Yeah, I don't know. Did anybody check to see if Alex is hosting Card Room Live tonight? I think he is, but I haven't seen an announcement put on YouTube. But I imagine he might be. So, oh, cool. So Jason's confirming he did make an announcement. Awesome. Mookie's saying the Mossy Puppet was in the bag on trade night, then he got out of the bag. I'm glad he was able to get some air. The Mossy Puppet's hilarious. The Mossy Puppet gets so offended when he finds out that Mossy cards they're not very expensive. So I love how Scott plays that off. Like finds out that the Mossy card's like a $4 or $5 card. The hair of the puppet touched Jason in the bathing suit region at trade night. That's why he's doing the Mossy run. I'm not going to go any further with that one. I'm going to leave that one alone. You know what? I have some additional common cards which I'll show. These are, for the most part, these are pretty good-looking commons. But there's a Bobby Shantz. This one's a little off. Gene Woodling. Vernon Law. Good old Clem from Brooklyn. Got Roger Craig. Stu Miller. Joe Adcock. Joe Torre's brother. It's funny how much alike they look. Good old Dick to finish off the group. So 56 commons. Got a whole bunch of the 56 stuff. Come on, put me back in focus. Put me back in focus. Man, the cards got in focus and they screwed up my camera. All right, so we got to deal with an out of focus Sammy Thunder. Yep. Alrighty. Nah, Ruben, listen, man. I appreciate your sense of humor. I'm just a very subdued sort of. I have a very subdued sense of humor. It's very, but yes, I appreciate it, to say the least. People working on sets need beautiful comments. Yeah, they do, man. They do. They do. So, what else is there, man? I don't know what else there is. I'm tempted to go to the Fanatics show. I think it's coming up in June in New York. I'll spend like $400 to get in. I'm sure the entrance fee is crazy. I'm sure it's probably something like $50-$60 for an entrance, but we'll see. But yeah, man, it's good to see everybody, or not to see everybody, but chat with everybody. And we had a good turnout tonight. 52 people are now still hanging out. And but I probably should adjourn because I worked today till 5:30, and I didn't get a chance to have dinner yet, so I'm going to go do that. Hold on, let's see what Dan is saying. Are you completely done with Modern at this point? Just over it? I'm getting close to it. Can't do it all. With Modern? I've never been really a Modern. Like, when you say Modern, are you talking about like Modern cards? Because I've never been with Modern stuff. So can't say I've done any Modern stuff. Unless you're referring, I don't know. Yeah, you have to let me know what you mean by that. Warren, man, I'm sorry you're showing up at this point now, but I'm probably going to be bouncing in a second. Sorry, I'm watching the Cavs. Well, you can continue watching the Cavs during the break between now and I'm slipping. Alex from Bowman 53, Card Room Live. So I'll let you guys do that. And thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'll catch up with you guys most likely on Thursday because it's going to be a busy week. But maybe I'll have something in between then, like another video of some sort. Yes, focus on vintage the entire time. I haven't stepped into Modern at all. It's just not really my thing. A little too chaotic for me. So there you have it, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. When I get the time to go to 45 minutes, so we're about 8 seconds close. So thank you guys again. I'll catch up with you guys probably later this week. Cardboard and Cold Ones on Thursday, and we'll make another announcement on that about who's going to be our guest. So take care, everybody. See you soon.